On a sunlit afternoon in the countryside, the fields basked in warmth under the bright sun, and the air was filled with the sweet fragrance of wildflowers. Kendra, a spirited young girl who loved adventure, was riding her pony Willow across the wide open field. It was only her third time riding without a saddle, and she felt a rush of excitement as the wind whipped through her hair. Behind her, Kendra's sisters and mother were trailing, their cheerful laughter echoing as they tried to catch up. They had made a fun bet to see who could be the fastest, and Kendra was thrilled to be in the lead, even though her sisters had more experience riding. "Slow down, Kendra," her mother, Rose, called out, her voice full of both pride and a little worry. But Kendra was too caught up in the excitement to listen. She encouraged Willow to go faster, but suddenly, Willow slowed down instead. Puzzled, Kendra tried again, but Willow didn't respond, moving slowly toward a small pond at the edge of the field. As they got closer, Willow became interested in the muddy puddle. Despite Kendra's efforts to steer him away, Willow stubbornly splashed into the water, sending muddy drops flying everywhere. Kendra sensed that something was about to go wrong, and before she knew it, she was tumbling off Willow's back, landing headfirst into the pond. The cool water soaked her clothes, and mud stuck to her skin, but Kendra didn't panic. Her pink helmet had saved her from the worst of the fall, leaving her more surprised than hurt. As she sat up, dripping wet and covered in mud, she heard her mother's laughter. Rose, who had been riding behind with Kendra's sisters, couldn't help but laugh at the sight of her daughter sitting in the muddy pond. Rose's laughter wasn't just because the scene was funny. It also showed her deep understanding of horses and how unpredictable they can be. Rose had grown up on her parents' farm, where she spent her childhood riding and taking care of horses. Her first horse, Lucky, was a gift when she was just 6 years old, and they shared a special bond. Even after her parents sold the farm and all the animals, including Lucky, Rose's love for horses never faded. She became a professional rider and trainer, learning that horses, like people, have their own personalities and quirks. Willow was no different, and Rose knew that these moments were all part of the adventure. Willow was a kind and loving pony, but he had a stubborn streak and a special love for water that often got him into trouble. Rose knew that horses were magical animals with different personalities, and she always encouraged her daughters to understand and respect them. Kendra, the youngest of Rose's daughters, had a deep love for horses from the start. She had begged for riding lessons, and when Rose finally leased Willow for her, Kendra was thrilled. The pony quickly became her best friend, and Kendra spent every free moment at the stables, practicing and learning to ride. As Kendra sat in the pond, she looked up at Willow, who was happily splashing in the water, completely unaware of the mess he had caused. Instead of feeling angry or upset, Kendra smiled. She knew Willow hadn't meant to throw her off. The pony probably did it to keep her from getting wet, knowing how much she disliked getting dirty. By now, Kendra's sisters had caught up and were laughing too. One of them shouted, "Rose, you've been pony dunked!" It was their playful term for getting dirty because of a horse's antics, and everyone shared a good laugh. Rose watched her daughter with pride. Kendra had come so far as a rider in just a few months. She had learned to trust Willow and understand his quirks, and even when things went wrong, like today, she stayed calm. Kendra and Willow shared a strong bond, and Rose knew it would only grow stronger with time. After Willow finished splashing in the pond, Kendra stood up and took the reins. She wasn't upset about the fall. Instead, she felt proud of how she handled it. Back at the stables, Kendra cleaned Willow and gave him his favorite treats, rewarding him for his playful spirit. From a distance, Rose smiled, watching the loving care Kendra showed her pony. Rose watched her daughter with a mix of pride and concern. Over the years, Kendra and Willow had become best friends. They spent endless hours riding together, exploring the fields and forests around their home. Rose continued to share her lifelong knowledge about horses, turning each lesson into a joyful, sometimes challenging experience. Through all the ups and downs, Kendra's love for riding grew stronger. One summer, Rose decided it was time for Kendra to ride Willow without a lead rope for the first time. It was a big step, and Kendra was excited, but a bit nervous. Suddenly, Willow bolted, and Kendra panicked. She jumped off into the gravel, landing hard. Her father, who had been nearby, rushed to her side and carried her inside to rest. Thankfully, Kendra only had a scrape on her arm, but the fall left her shaken and scared. Understanding her daughter's fear, Rose gently encouraged Kendra to get back on Willow. She explained that riding was about more than just speed and skill. It was about building trust and understanding with the pony. Rose reassured Kendra that it was okay to be scared, but overcoming fear was part of the journey. Slowly but surely, Kendra found her courage again and started riding with renewed confidence. Her bond with Willow grew even stronger, built on trust and a deep connection. As time went on, Kendra's riding skills improved a lot. She started riding with her sisters more often and could easily keep up with them, thanks to the strong bond she had with Willow. They raced across the fields, jumped over logs, and explored new trails together. Kendra's confidence grew, and she became known as the best rider among her sisters. But things were about to change for Kendra and Willow. In 2016, Kendra got accepted into a prestigious riding school run by her aunt, a skilled trainer. It was a dream come true for Kendra, but it also meant leaving Willow behind. The idea of being apart from her beloved pony was heartbreaking, but Kendra knew this opportunity was too important to miss. With a heavy heart, she said goodbye to Willow and moved in with her aunt to start her training as a junior rider. At the riding school, Kendra met a new horse named Mateo. He was much bigger than Willow, and at first, Kendra felt nervous around him, but she remembered everything she had learned with Willow, how to build trust, communicate, and be patient. Slowly, she began to bond with Mateo, and her confidence as a rider came back. Kendra also rode different horses and ponies at the school, each with its own personality and challenges. These new experiences helped her grow as a rider and made her love for horses even stronger. Though she was far from home and missed Willow dearly, Kendra knew that the skills and lessons she had learned from her pony were with her always. She was determined to make the most of this chance and follow in her mother's footsteps to become a professional rider. When she felt homesick, she would think of sunny days riding Willow through the fields, hearing his hooves clip-clop on the ground, and watching him splash joyfully in the pond. Those memories gave her strength and reminded her of their unbreakable bond. Kendra's journey as a rider had just begun, but she believed that with hard work and the lessons from Willow, she could achieve her dreams. No matter where her path led, Willow would always hold a special place in her heart as the pony who showed her what true trust, love, and friendship really meant. So, what are your thoughts about this heart-touching story? Share your opinions in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our new animal stories. Your support means the world to us.